In this video, I'm going to be going over the 4 biggest red flags in junk removal customers. I'm going to talk about the psychology behind it as well, and I'm going to relate it to my own personal experiences when I was running my own junk removal company. You're going to want to stick around to the end because the 4th red flag is the ultimate killer of your business. So if you go through this entire video and you see all the red flags, you'll be able to avoid the 4 most common worst customers you'll come across, and ultimately you'll be able to make more money. So let's get into it. The first thing, price shoppers. Everyone's familiar with these people. If you have a junk removal business or home service business or any business, you're going to get price shopped. There's a way to avoid it. We'll get into that a little bit. So what's the psychology behind it? What is actually happening when people are price shopping you? Number one, they call you, right? Obviously. This is what all price shoppers look like, bro. They're all evil and crazy like this. Immediately, they get annoyed by you and demand you give them a price for a full house clean out you haven't even seen. This has happened to me personally. Like, it happens kind of often. People will be like, I got this big pile of brush. I got a toilet. I got, my garage needs cleaned out. What's the price? It's like, dude, I don't know. I haven't even seen it. And then they get annoyed. It's like, how am I supposed to know? Number 2, this is where people go wrong. They give an estimate over the phone. You've played into their evil plan. This is a big no-no, right? Now this dude is all happy because you played into his big evil plan, and you have been price shopped at this point. 3, because their only investment into your company was a 10-second phone call, they're okay with just calling someone else or having the cheaper guy come out and do it, right? So now you've gotten price shopped by this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and they all look the same. I told you they all look the same, right? They all look like this. Oh yeah, if you guys want an in-depth explanation on how to avoid this, getting price shopped, there's a free training in the description. Feel free to check it out. It's just more free value for you guys. But I used to do this all the time. These customers are the absolute worst customers to serve if you end up caving and lowering the price for them, right? Usually the price shoppers are like, can you do it for cheaper? That's their main concern. They will not be satisfied until you do the job perfectly and for free. Like, leave no dirt in the house, sweep up every crumb, take some extra stuff for free as well. Like, they're not going to be satisfied. They're always going to find something to complain about and expect more out of you. So yeah, they'll also complain the entire time and try to get you to do more and more stuff for free, which is also called scope creep. You don't even want to serve these kinds of people. They suck. Don't even go over there. Don't even accept their money. Not all money is good money, right? You'll do more work for less money, essentially. So this should be you. They're like, just do it for $20, please. And you're just like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm going to walk away. See you later. I got other people to go serve that are actually good customers. So the ideal customer, what does that look like? The ideal customer schedules the on-site quote without hesitation, agrees to pay your rate, and then tips $50 to $100. These are the people that you want to see every single time you show up to a junk removal job. Serve these people only. Trust me. Because if you serve the people who are super cheap price shoppers, then they're going to be like, hey, I know this junk hauler guy who's going to do the job for free, basically. And then you get negative word of mouth, and then all your leads suck, and you're like, why do my leads all suck? Why am I getting price shopped all the time? You got negative word of mouth, brother. You got a reputation. You're the guy that's cheap. You don't want to be that guy. 2, it's not that much stuff. Psychology. This is the person who says that. They do not understand. They don't get it. Here's why. They literally have no clue about how to operate a business. They've never ran a business before. If you're doing residential, these people have never, ever ran a business before. And they have no clue about what it costs to do this stuff. Insurance, gas, dump fees, employee pay, softwares that you use, QuickBooks, Go High Level or like Squarespace, whatever, etc. They don't factor that in. All they actually see is the 20 minutes that you did the work and the $446 that they paid you for it. So they're like, okay, this took 20 minutes. That was the cost of it for them. And I gave them $446. Doesn't make sense in their head because this is their brain. It's on a noose. I just realized that. Yeah. Okay. They don't realize that you have a certain profit margin to protect, which should be 80% gross profit, by the way. That's like a non-negotiable gross profit margin. For me, anyways, that's how I operate. Ideal customer. They know businesses should profit. They understand that In order to run a business, in order to actually provide an excellent experience for the customer, you have to be profitable. There's no other way around it. He knows that he's paying for more than just the labor as well. And of course, he tips $5,200. He does that every time. In every example, he's going to tip $5,200, by the way. Yeah, so he knows, like, you guys you need to profit. This is more expensive than I know. He knows he doesn't know. So 3, can you add this to? Can you add that to for free, right? This is another example of scope creep. This should be you. No, not for free. Not for free. I'll tell you why. Here's the psychology behind it. Similar to the last red flag, they see it as just one more thing they can sneak in. They're sneaky. These guys are sneaky, okay? It's part of their evil plan. They're villainous. In reality, it's an effect of not knowing what adding a little here and a little there entails. It is the death of 1,000 cuts. It's not just one big and you're dead. It's over time. A little cut here, a little cut there, a little cut, and eventually you're bled out and you don't have any profit, or well, not necessarily any profit, but you're way less profitable than you could be otherwise. The death of 1,000 cuts. So one example, it's 10 extra minutes of work plus $10 dump fees plus $5 labor. They're like, oh, it's not that big of a deal, right? You might think that too. You might be like, okay, it's just 10 minutes, whatever, it's just $15. But let's say you do that 10 times, which I've had 10 jobs in a day before. More than that. It's like 11 or 12. Like sometimes that would just be my day, right? That's a singular day. That's 2 hours and $150 that you gave away for free that day. You just gave away 2 hours and $150 for free that day. That's a no-no. This is not a charity. You're not donating to them. This is a business, as you can see by the check mark. So, ideal customer understands businesses don't work for free. He asks, how much would it be to take this too, right? Not just, hey, can I sneak that in there? No. Tips $50 to $100. Number 4, they don't agree to pay on site, especially if it's residential, or pay a deposit, especially if it's commercial or you're renting a dumpster. Those are the 3 general situations. Psychology. This is them, bro. They know you won't take them to court over $450 or $5,000 or so dollars, right? It's not worth it to you. I think that's in the next slide. And you probably shouldn't. That's too expensive for that amount of money. Usually when these court cases happens is like $20K and above. That's when people start suing other people for, misconduct in business or whatever. Also, people are afraid to commit money towards you, bro. This is them. This is them when you're like, you got to pay a $50 deposit. They're like, wait, so you mean I actually have to spend money with you? It's like, yeah. What else do you do with a business? And those who are afraid to commit will most likely back out of the deal if they can. They're like, okay, this dude's like, oh, I have to pay a deposit. I have to actually be brave and commit to this business and make a decision. They go reverse. I've never driven a stick shift, but then they reverse out of there. They're like, I'm gone. I'm not committing. They were never that serious to begin with, usually because of fear. So the ideal customer has already made his decision. I can't tell you the amount of times where I usually don't book a sales call unless I've already made a purchasing decision in my mind, and I just need a little more persuasion. Yeah. Commits by paying you at time of service, or if he's a business owner or you have to use a dumpster or something like that, putting a deposit down to secure the job, and then he tips $50 to $100 because he's a mega Chad. Okay, that's the end of the video. If you want the full training on how you can avoid these people and make $10K per month in junk removal, there's a link below to get our free 30-minute training on the fastest path to 10K per month in junk removal. It's the training that I mentioned earlier. Feel free to go check it out if you want. It's literally just free value. Or watch the next video, like, subscribe, literally whatever you want to do, dude. And I'll see you in the next one.